Okay. So hello everyone. We all like wherever you are in the world. Welcome you guys to FireApps Webinar. Okay, I'm gonna have a couple of people joining us. Okay, we're gonna wait for a few minutes to get more people joining us, and then we can get started. All right. Okay, it seems we're gonna get more people here. We start right now. All right, let's get started. Okay, welcome everyone. Great to see you, and thank you so much for joining us today. It's your host here. I'm Ngang Nguyen, Partnership Manager from FireApps. Well, as you know, we are rapidly approaching the festive seasons, and the atmosphere is becoming increasingly frantic. So I would say it's a golden time for merchants because consumers have a tendency to surpass their carts than ever. Okay, so how are you preparing a promotion strategy for your online business? And especially what kind of way to help you sell more products and ultimately increase sales during this holiday season? Okay, we are very excited to team up with our partner to organize a webinar with the topic, Get Ready for a Booming Sales Season, with the goals of providing useful knowledge and practical experiences on how to increase sales during this occasion. All right. So in this webinar, we are honored to have our special guest with us today. So first, let's meet Wilson Ho, Technical Integration Partnership from Shopify. Okay, hi Wilson, can you say hi to our audience here?
Hey everyone, my name is Wilson. I am a technical partner manager for Shopify in Southeast Asia, and it's really an honor to be here today to share with you guys a little bit more on some of the best practices to get ready and get prepared for the holiday season.
Okay, awesome, thank you. And the next, we're gonna have Hao-Su, Product Manager from Clever E-Commerce. Hi, Hao.
Hello guys, I'm really happy to be here and share some tips about how to optimize your Google Ads campaigns. So can't wait to start.
Okay, perfect. And we welcome Ron Galera, Chief Advocate from ReferralCandy. Hi, Ron.
Hey everyone. So I'm very excited to be here. We're going to be talking about referral marketing and how you can apply that to your marketing mix during the holiday season. So yeah, very excited about it.
Okay, great. And finally, we have Rennie Pham, Marketing Manager from Avada. Hi, Rennie.
Hi guys. Yeah, this is Rennie from Avada, and I'm the marketing manager of the team. And I'm so excited today to be here. And I'm gonna share you guys about email and SMS marketing. So hope you guys enjoy the webinar.
All right. Okay. Thank you guys for being here with us today, and hope you guys and lovely audience here have a great time in our webinar. Okay, let's take a look at our agenda for today, which is mainly divided into 3 sessions. And the first one, we're gonna have holiday selling from A to Z. So this part will be covered by Wilson Ho from Shopify. And the next, we're gonna have the Clever E-Commerce, ReferralCandy, and Avada partner will go you through the session named Invest in Your Best Channels. And the final part, I believe this is one of the most exciting and super interactive question and answer. So if you do have any question to all of our speakers here, feel free to raise them in the question pod that you can see here at the top of right-hand side of your screen. Okay, stay tuned and we get to sort them on at the end. All right. Okay, now I would like to introduce and invite Wilson Ho, Technical Integration Partnership from Shopify. He's gonna share holiday selling from A to Z in the first session. Okay, hi Wilson, I'm gonna hand over the stage for you and you can start your sharing right now.
Cool, just give me a second. Let me share screen real quick.
Okay.
Can you guys see my screen okay now?
Yeah, that's great.
Perfect. Hey everyone, my name is Wilson, as I mentioned before. I manage technical partnerships for Southeast Asia. So basically, I work with partners who are in the payment space, who are in shipping, or just have partners in general who are looking to build on Shopify. So I kind of work with them and find a really good solution for them to make Shopify a better solution for our merchants in Southeast Asia. Today, I'll be sharing a little bit more on holiday selling because I've been at Shopify for almost 4 years. I actually started my career at Shopify as a support advisor. So during that time, I was working with a lot of merchants all year round to help them prepare for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So this is the holiest time period during the holiday season. So I'm just really going to take this opportunity to share with you a little bit more about what I've seen in the past and what works. Let's go. And yeah, so I'm going to be talking a little bit more about the agenda here. So the main goal of this presentation is to really help you implement some of the changes that will lead to higher conversions, more revenue for existing customers. And it's going to be very tactical in nature. So hopefully you'll be able to take away some of the key points that I'm sharing here. So there's conversion optimization. I'll also be talking about customer retention that taps into your existing customer base and how to use analytics to understand your business a little bit better. Okay, so let's actually start off with some of the trends that we're seeing in the past. So Black Friday, Cyber Monday has traditionally been a very North American-centric holiday. So, Canada and the US obviously are some of the bigger markets. But in the past, we've actually seen an exponential growth in some of the other markets outside of North America. So most noticeably, the UK and South Africa were countries that we saw the biggest increase in sales compared to an average day in November. So these rates or these numbers are continuing to grow as Shopify becomes a more global software for people to use, and just with more adoption of e-commerce in the world in general. And this is actually really interesting. Last year, we looked at how different sources performed during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Not a lot of people actually know about this, but email came the highest with conversion rate at 4.29%, and search is second. While this doesn't really mean that these channels were responsible for the most ordering of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, it actually does suggest that these are really good resources for you to plan your campaign and to redirect traffic because conversion rate is relatively high on these channels. And so Black Friday, Cyber Monday was especially a big win for the fashion apparel industry last year. As you can see, the chart of the apparel industry is actually leads pretty much most of the categories in terms of sales, followed by accessories and housewares. While these numbers kind of depend on the different varies on depending on the market, but in general, this is what we're seeing in the trend. And so next, let's talk about preparing. So let's talk about preparing for the holiday season. What can you expect typically? The most important thing that I would like to have everybody pay attention to is inventory preparation and sales projection. So these things should come to top of mind during the holiday season because as production time can lead to a really long time in planning. Typically, you want to take some really important steps to plan for these holiday season selling. So analyzing historical data, sales, and inventory data is really important. You want to look into the past and see what's working and what's not, and oftentimes compare, because I think understanding your data is really helpful in helping you prepare and project for the future. Secondly, want to project sales goals and inventory requirements. It's really important for you to go over with your team and understand what are some of the shared common goals that you can do to help you project this inventory or project some of the things that you will be selling and manage your inventory. And this point pretty much backs up what I was just saying. You want to make sure that everybody on your team is aligned with the same goal. Not only does it help you get more motivated together, but it also sets a very clear goal for everyone to achieve. And lastly, purchase inventory. So basically, you want to make sure that during this time, because there will be a lot of traffic, you want to make sure you are prepared with selling. So you want to maybe purchase more inventory than you normally would during this time. And typically, I would say the best time to plan for Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales would be from late September or even mid-September onwards till December. And so some of the important metrics that we are going to be looking at are inventory and sales projections. So as I mentioned earlier, looking at some of the reports in the past can really help you understand better. So these are just some of the stats that we'll be looking at. So sales by month, you want to really look at how did November and December in the previous years compared to the month before. Like, are you getting more revenue during this time? Sales by product, how many units that you were selling that were sold in November, December compared to the year before. There's also traffic and conversion rates. You know, how do these rates differ in between these time and the other times? Some of these information are actually available on the Shopify Analytics admin. So not only can you use your admin to access a lot of these information, there's also Google Analytics within your within Shopify that can help you further understand and further break down these things. So a lot of the merchants that I spoke with before, they haven't really utilized these data. So understand these points will be really crucial in helping you win this holiday season. And so next, I'll be talking about web performances. Let's see. So page speed optimization can be a really big factor for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. You want to really oftentimes understand what works for your store and make sure that these things work. So something that I've noticed in the past that especially during this time around is there's a high rise in mobile adoption rate than desktop. So you see more and more people coming to your store through mobile. So, you know, how do you optimize, you know, your interface in how do you optimize your mobile interface, not just your web interface, can really help you drive traffic. So yeah, you want to make sure that you test your page speed with using tools like Pingdom, or there's also a built-in tool within Shopify Lighthouse to help you understand your page speed. And there's also identifying areas for improvement, just making sure that you're working with your front-end developer if you're working with them. If not, you can always communicate with Shopify Support, because Shopify Support this time around will have a lot of people and resources to help you understand your business. So let's say if your theme is not working, and if you're using a Shopify theme, definitely contact support. We can have the right people look at your theme for you. And there's also, and then we also want to consider some of the holiday optimized themes. So perhaps coming up with a different theme or different just different settings for your store can create a better feeling. Those are some of the things that you want to make sure that you're looking at, and making sure that they don't interfere with the other things that make sure that they don't interfere with the web speed as well. So these are some of the things that we will be going over, but I won't go into too much details, but I just wanted to provide like a really quick overview on how some of these things can increase or help with your web page speed. Something that I really want to call out is reducing number of apps and plugins. While this is true to a certain extent, having too many apps on your Shopify App Store can cause your speed to really slow down. It's not the only factor that you should be looking at. So there are these other things that you should be looking at, but a general rule of thumb is only use some of the apps in your app store. Only have the apps that you're using on your app store available, so that you reduce some of the clutters on your store. So these are just some general practices that you guys can learn to adopt. Labor debt. So this is a situation where we want to focus on where when you don't have enough people managing certain aspects, what can you do to improve that experience? So some of these potential areas of labor debt include customer support. So if you don't have enough people, if you don't have enough people on your team to answer customer queries, what are some things that you can do? A really good way to combat this problem is to have live chat and set expectations, but also use FAQ pages to build on your store, so that you can redirect people to some of the more frequently asked questions and reduce that time. So for instance, if let's say this year shipping, as we all know, shipping time's a little bit delayed, you might want to create a specific section on shipping time so that people can actually expect when to get their products. These are some of the things that you can do to reduce labor debt. Fulfillment and logistics. You want to make sure that you're partnering up, you have a good channel of communication with your partners on making sure that your products get delivered properly, or using a solid 3PL service to make sure that they can handle all of your services. These are really important as well. And there's platform management. So as I mentioned before, troubleshooting your website and using app support, these are really important tools to help you manage that. So, you know, you can also work with either the Shopify support or Shopify experts to help them to have them help you manage some of these things and to prevent any disaster from happening. So next, we'll be talking about conversion rate optimization. It's traditionally been viewed as a design strategy, such as changing colors and all of that kind of things. But, you know, I'm just going to go into some of the details on some of the factors that can really help you drive these conversion rates. So number one, scarcity. What does that mean? So scarcity, typically showing low levels of inventory and emphasizing things like while supply lasts. Traditionally, we've seen a 2.9% lift in conversion rate for that. Social proof, so having more product reviews and having more people or more product testimonials to show people that this is actually a very good product to use is also proven to give you a boost in conversion rate. So I think there was a study that says 90% of the customer, or I think it was between 80 or 90, but around that number of the customers actually read the review before they actually purchase a product. So having social proof definitely will help. And then urgency. This part is a bit similar to scarcity. Basically, it just means that you're using a countdown timer or saying something like, I'm only doing my discount for 24 hours. So, you know, you only have 8 hours left. Make sure that you make use of the discount. That's probably not going to happen until next year. These are the kind of things to help you boost urgency. And there's on-site cart recovery. So typically we see a lot of abandoned checkouts during this time. So it's really important to have that tool within your page to make sure that you remind people to not forget to check out, because a lot of time, me included, when we go online and shop, we sometimes get distracted by a lot of different things and we just leave our product in the cart. So it's really important for us to make sure we have some sort of on-site recovery tool, but make sure that it's not too overwhelming or else it's going to create the opposite effect. And then lastly, I want to point out product recommendations. There's actually a lot of really great apps within Shopify that helps you do product recommendations, and they've traditionally proven to give you a 0% conversion rate lift, which might not seem a lot, but if you do that for most of your products, then you'll be surprised by how effective that can be. Let's see. Okay, so these are just some of the things that are sort of opposite of what I was talking about, some of the ineffective on-page factors. For instance, a lot of times people are really concerned during the holiday. They're really concerned with how their store look. They want to create a completely different theme. So they change up the colors a little bit, make it a little bit too flamboyant. Sometimes these actually don't create the positive effect that you're looking for. In fact, it might create a bit of a negative effect. So make sure that when you're trying to create these on-page factors, you are paying attention to what works and what not, and make sure that you don't overly decorate your store. So pricing considerations, these are also some of the things that have been found to be quite effective. So number one is the rule of 100. So this is actually one of my favorite rules. So basically it means that for products that are under $100 in value, a percentage discount is perceived as a better offer. Whereas if there's a product that is over $100, you typically want to use a dollar-based discount to show that discount. So for example, if I am selling a $12 product and if I mark it it as 30% off, it actually seems a lot more appealing than $3 off. So that's, again, referring back to the rule of 100. And on the other hand, if a product is valued at $125, then 20% discount probably wouldn't seem as lucrative as $25 off. So this is just playing on the psychological side of the customers to make sure that they know or they are more convinced to buy these things with your promo. So that's the rule of 100. And then the other thing is providing a reason for a discount. I'd like to say that more so now than ever, customers typically buy because of emotions, because of the story, more so than the actual product. So you want to really give people a reason to buy your product. And I'm just going to give you like a really quick example here. As you can see on this slide, on this slide, the left-hand side, it's just a very basic hurry, Black Friday deal, save 50% all weekend. We often do this a lot just by getting the message across. While there's nothing wrong with this, if you look at the right-hand side, we said holiday sale, we're save 50% side-wide. We're actually sacrificing our profits so we can spread more joy this holiday season. See, this gives it more of a personal touch and traditionally has been viewed as a better conversion message when you compare these two. So this is just to show you, if you're doing any campaigns around these things, you want to make sure that you are giving people a personal touch, a reason to follow this. So this is just an example that I wanted to share. And then there's a sales pricing strategy. So actually, in terms of displaying the sales price, one option is to set up the price comparison, which you can do it on Shopify as well. So for instance, if you actually want to sell something at $55, it's actually worth noting that you could actually bump up the price a little bit and do a price comparison, because if I see something at $55, then seeing another thing priced at $55 but originally at $79, it makes me believe that it actually makes me believe that I am winning. I'm getting something out of this. So this is, again, playing a little bit of psychology in the minds of the customers, but this has traditionally been viewed as a very effective tool for people to buy more things on your store with the displaying price differences. And then discount codes. Obviously, this is a very big and popular tool that a lot of people have been using. Just using a lot of discount codes and unique discount codes during your during the Black Friday Cyber Monday campaign is just a really great way for people to buy your products. And so next, let's talk a little bit more about how do you increase average order value. So there are typically two ways that I would think about this that are more common. So I'm just going to go into free shipping incentives. So having prominent free shipping offers for certain cart values can have a massive increase in your monthly revenue. In fact, one of our tech partners found that by adding these free shipping incentives can increase your revenue by 10%. So during the holiday season, it's actually a really good reason for you guys to consider using free expedited shipping for orders over a certain value, because a lot of people are already expecting some sort of discount. So by giving them this free shipping method, it's actually worth considering because it could really make people feel like they are winning here. So using free shipping incentives during the holiday season, traditionally across retailers, have been a more and more popular tool that has proven to be quite effective. Product bundling and upselling. So basically, upselling and cross-selling introduces customer to other products that may be interested in. So again, what I talked about before with the product recommendation tools, those are really popular. And according to research, some of the product recommendation tools that does upsells and cross-sellings are responsible on average of a 10 to 30% increase in e-commerce revenue. So these are actually really, really helpful tools for you to adopt during the holiday season as well. And so next, let's talk a little bit more about post-holiday analysis. As I mentioned really early on, you want to make sure that you're comparing your data from before and to understand what worked and what didn't work. So doing a post-holiday analysis by setting up these tools to make sure that you're reading these data is super important for your next holiday season. So as I mentioned before, these are some of the tools that you can have that is really easily accessible within the Shopify admin. These are some of the really basic and helpful metrics that you can be looking at. So sales by product, marketing campaign discount, traffic, refer, and country. These are really great tools to help you understand where people are coming from, what's very popular, and what traditionally has been working for your store. And this is also something I really want to touch upon, which is first-time versus returning customers. So a lot of times returning customers are actually a really, really high conversion crowd that you can target. And you can easily do that through a lot of email campaigns. And the reason why I say that is because these returning customers, or these people who are basically people who've already bought from your store. So they know your product, they know that they can get these things from your store, and they know that there's a basic level of trust given that the experience is positive. So this is a really high converting crowd of people that you should look into converting. So again, analyzing some of these first time and returning customers will really help you understand or can help you drive some extra revenue during the holiday season. And also top online store searches. This is also a really nice report within your dashboard that you can use to help you understand, what are some of the tools, or what are some of the ways that people are looking for your store, whether it's through Instagram, whether it's through blog posts or whatever, and sort of optimize through those things. And lastly, just want to talk about Black Friday, Cyber Monday. As I mentioned, it's only the beginning of the holiday season. So I want to touch on some of the more important dates for you guys to remember and bookmark. So November 1st, 22nd, basically these are the days leading up to Thanksgiving. So customers are eagerly waiting for the start of the holiday season. So these days don't generally translate into sales, but you should use it to build up some excitement. So use a lot of email campaigns or blog posts, or even if you're doing Instagram selling, use these tools that get people hyped up to sort of tease them with some sort of big campaign that's coming out, or a really special product that's going to come out during that day. So this is a really important preparation phase. And as we know, Thanksgiving, November 23rd, typically what continues to be the unofficial start of the holiday season. So a lot of retailers do their first promo around this time. And Black Friday is November 24th. Actually, I'm not sure if the date is 100% correct here, but typically Black Friday is the Friday right after Thanksgiving. And we want to make sure that this is the time where we're unleashing all of these discounts to people, sort of getting them to convert. So yeah, it's essentially the traffic during this time is going to be very, very, it's going to be stronger than ever. And then there's Cyber Monday. So traditionally, Cyber Monday is when these online stores roll out their best deals, because back in maybe a couple of years back, when online stores are popular, when these retailers are beginning to roll out their promos, they typically do it for the in-store retailers. They do it on Black Friday, and Cyber Monday is more of a holiday that's been created to hype around e-commerce sales. So Cyber Monday is typically another time for you to unleash some of these special promos and discounts. And I would actually say that during Cyber Monday, it's really helpful to target some of those people who've abandoned your carts during Black Friday, to let them know, hey, actually, this is not over. We got another surprise for you. So this is actually also a really important date for you to leverage as well. And then there's Free Shipping Day. So typically, Free Shipping Day is, I would say it's more of a created holiday, but we see it as a one-day event that occurs in mid-December. So on this day, basically participating merchants and retailers offer free shipping for in-stock items to guarantee the delivery before Christmas Eve. So this is a time this is a really important date that will lead up to Christmas Eve, which is when people are expecting their presents. Of course, this year with the logistical issues that the world is seeing right now, it's probably worth bumping that day up a little bit earlier, just so that people can get their products in time. And then there's Boxing Day. So your sales typically shouldn't stop on December 25th, because Boxing Day is actually very popular in North America and also Australia and New Zealand as well. So actually, there was a research according to American Express, more and more people plan to shop after Christmas just to keep the holiday sale momentum going. And so more and more retailers and brands are launching other sort of promos during this day just to keep that holiday selling momentum going. And then lastly, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day and New Year's Eve, it's just the last opportunities for a lot of these retailers to lock in the sales before the end of the year. So again, it's you can also do discount codes or different ways to introduce products, but this is typically the last period or the last day to sum up this whole holiday sale period. And just to give you guys some recap on these additional resources that we have, there's the Shopify help doc that typically has a lot of these information readily available. I know during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, a lot of people go visit the help doc center because there may be more content or more specific content created to help people understand what to do to prepare for their holiday season. And there's also the Shopify blog. We always have a lot of really insightful and interesting blogs from us and from partners that talk a little bit more about how to prepare for the holiday season, which is really worth reading because there are a lot of really interesting case studies from there. And lastly, Shopify Support. We don't rest. We're up 24/7 to make sure that a lot of our merchants are getting supported during this holiday season. So yeah, that pretty much just sums up my, oh, also I forgot the Black Friday Cyber Monday tool. This is, so shopify.com/BFCM is actually a really important and really helpful resource that we've created for merchants, or not just merchants, for anyone in general, to really understand, what we can do. So a lot of things that I talked about earlier, they're all pretty much in this toolbox. So make sure that you go visit them and see what's and see what makes sense for your business. And yeah, so this is pretty much just my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed and find this helpful. And I'm just going to stop sharing now.
All right. Thanks, Wilson, for your wonderful presentation. Okay, that's a really comprehensive overview. We just look at the data and also get updates on some of the key insights on being well prepared for the upcoming holiday. Okay, so now we can come to the second part of this webinar today, invest in your best channels. So after you learned how to prepare for the sales seasons, so it's time to decide on the channels that you want to, invest your resources in. Okay, I would love to introduce you guys to Hao-Su, product manager from Clever e-commerce. He's gonna dive into how to prepare and optimize your purchase on Google efforts during peak season period. Okay, hi Hao, let's go ahead.
Hello, give me a second to share my screen. Let's start with this. Okay, can you see my screen?
Okay, I can see it well.
Okay, so welcome everyone to my presentation. Today I'm going to show you how some tips to optimize your Google Ads campaigns in order to be selling a little bit more for less investment. So when we are talking about Google, you should know that there are two ways to grow using Google. One of the way is using the organic traffic, which is done by improving your SEO strategy, and the other one is using the paid traffic. In this case, we are using Google Ads. So in this case, in this presentation, I'm going to talk about specifically about Google Ads. But first of all, why you should be using Google Ads? You should know that Google has about 97% of the market share. That means that almost 9 out of 10 people that search something on the internet, they use it by using Google. So you can assure yourself a huge amount of traffic using Google. And also the main advantage that Google Ads has is that you can show your products right when the customer are looking for them. They are typing your product's name on the search bar, then you pop up your ad here right in the moment. And also you have full control of the campaigns and the budget. You choose when to enable or disable the campaigns, and you choose how much you want to invest on the campaigns. Also, SEM provides faster results than SEO, but both strategies are very necessary. So I wouldn't recommend you to give up on one of these on the behalf of the other one. So you should be running both strategies at the same time. But you should know that Google Ads provides faster results than trying to climb organically in Google. And also, you can create different types of campaigns that will help you to be selling more, no matter what kind of shop you have. So today I'm gonna show you some tips. I'm gonna talk about the keywords, the segmentation, and the text ads optimization. And if we are talking about the keywords, I'm gonna talk about the keyword research. I'm gonna talk about the keyword match type, the bidding adjustments, some tips, and also some tips about the negative keywords. About the keyword research, you should know that every time that you are going to launch a Google Ads campaign, you should be doing a keyword research before. Why is that? Because the keyword research will help us to discover new keywords that might be useful for a store, and it also will show us the search term metrics, the bidding metrics, so we can know. So the average search, the average monthly search of the keyword, and the bidding of those keywords. We can know if a keyword is really expensive or it's really cheap to bid. So, and also it will also show us if the keywords are really competed or not. There are a lot of competitors bidding on that keyword, maybe you should be looking for other keywords to in order not to waste too much budget on that. And also there's a keyword research tool that it's not really a keyword research, but I like to use it to know how a keyword will evolve on the time. In this case, is the Google Trends tool. And let me show you an example of how it can be used. In this case, I typed jewelry, and Google Trends showed me the trend of the keyword. So when it is searched more. And looking at this graph, we can see that jewelry is searched more when it is coming close to Christmas. So if I have a jewelry store, I should be putting all my efforts to the Google Ads campaigns when Christmas is getting close, because I know that people will start looking for jewelry. And about the match type, this is really important. The match type of the keywords is basically we are telling Google how when to display our ads, basically. There are 3 types of match type, and the more common one is the broad match. It is done by writing the keyword without any kind of symbol. If we introduce or write men's shoes as a keyword for a broad match type, my ads will appear when someone searches on Google buy men's shoes, but also it will appear if someone searches for men underwear. So this type of keyword is not really relevant, so I would recommend you to avoid using it. And the other one is the phrase match. And it is done by writing the keyword between the quotation marks. And in this case, our ad will appear when someone searches for buy men's shoes or sell men's shoes. So as you can see, this is getting a little bit more closer to what we want, but also it has some flaws that we should avoid. And in the last one, we have the exact match. So it is done by writing the keywords between the brackets. And in this case, my ads, when someone searches for men's shoes or male shoes, my ad will appear. And in this case, this is the most relevant match type for the keywords, and I would recommend you to use this one as much as possible. And about some tips about adjusting the bidding, I will say that you have to identify your most efficient keywords. You have to also identify your less efficient keyword, and raise the bidding for the most efficient. decrease the bidding for the less efficient, or even to delete that those keywords. You should be calculating your profit margin in order to know how much you should raise or decrease the bidding. And you should also be asking yourself what's the relevance of your page compared with the keyword. If your page is not relevant for the keyword you are bidding, it will be costing you more money, because Google will make you pay a little bit more for that. And also you have to check the ad position. It's not always necessary to be in the first position. It's also fine if our ad appear on the second or the third position. So if you can save some money by not appearing in the first position, is also fine. And talking about the negative keywords, this is basically we are telling Google in which situations we don't want our ad to appear. So for example, if I own a dress shoes store, I should be negativizing the keywords sneakers, running shoes, casual shoes, cheap shoes. This will cause that we are not getting irrelevant clicks from people that are not looking for our products, and we are also saving some budget, because we are not wasting the budget on those irrelevant clicks. And talking about the segmentation that you should be doing, first of all, you have to identify your client. So how is this done? You can segment by gender and age. You have to identify your potential customer. So what is the gender and how are them? Segment by location. If there's a certain location that buys more your product, but you should be setting that on the campaigns. And also, if you are only delivering your products to a certain location, you should be excluding the other locations that you are not delivering to, because you don't want the clicks from that place. Also, you can segment by day or by time. If you discover that there's a certain time or a certain day of the week or certain time of the day that you are selling more, you can set your ads to appear more in this case. And you also have to segment by device. If you find that there are more people buying from you using the mobile phone, you can say, well, hey Google, raise the bidding when someone is looking for my products using the mobile phone. And about the ads optimization, there are two kinds of advices. I'm going to talk about the non-technical advices, and I'm going to talk about the technical advices. So about the non-technical advices, what I can tell you is that you should highlight the most important things in your store. You should also add a CTA or a call to action button. You should create the ad as if it were an extension of your website, because if the people that are looking for your ads lands on your store and the style is totally different from what they see in the ad, you will create the customer journey won't be as smooth as possible, and this will cause a distraction. So I would recommend you to take your time to create the ads and put your effort on it. Also, you should be adding the keywords that you are bidding for in the ads. That's really important. In this way, you can let your customers see that you are that your ad is relevant for what they are looking for. And also, the promotion and discount codes in the ad works really well. If you add, for example, like a free shipping code in the ad, you will make the people click on it and use that discount code or promotion if possible. And also, you should be creating different ad sets to. Hello, second. Oh, give me a second. Sorry, there's a lot of noise.
Okay, we're gonna waiting for him to come up on the stage. Hi, Hao.
Yes, I'm back. Let me continue with the presentation.
Cool.
Yes, I was talking about the creating the promotion and discount codes, and also I would recommend you to create different ads to test which one works better. And when you check that a certain kind of ad is working well, then you can work with that ad and start improving it, giving some new keywords, some improvements that will make the ad to be even more appealing to the potential customers. And about the technical advices, I would say that you should be creating 3 or 4 ads per ad group. So Google has the option to make the ads rotation. Google will show different ads to different people and see which one works better in the situation that Google will try to optimize the situation and show the best ad to the best customer. You should also add at least 3 headlines per ad for the same reason. Google will be rotating the headlines so the customer does not get tired of the ad. You should be using the responsive search ads. There are no headlines for this, and this type of campaigns works really well. And also, this is really important. You should be using the maximum number possible of extensions. Here I will show you an example of what is a well designed ad and that can be improved. So in this case, you can see that this ad is really simple. It has 3 headlines, the URL, and a simple description. It's not really appealing to the eyes, but in this case, you can see that this guy has put the writing extension, the location extension, so we can even see the schedule that they have. So what you should be achieving is always this kind of ad that will will make the potential customer to click on the ad. And just for ending this presentation, let me introduce you our app, our Shopify app. We are doing just what we have been explaining for the last 20 minutes. We can create your Google Ads campaigns, and we can optimize them as well. So that's all. Here's my email. If you want to ask me a question or send me an email, you are free to do it. No?
All right.
Okay, let me start sharing my screen.
Okay, thank Hao. Okay, thank you, Hao. That was so insightful about Google Efforts. Okay, I'm sure you guys now have a holistic understanding of how to invest in that channel properly. And I believe our audience here also busy noting down every single tip that you brought to us. Okay, thank you again, Hao. So,
Thank you.
yes. Okay, so up next, we are really excited to have Rennie Pham, Marketing Manager. She will come on the stage to talk about how to focus on email and SMS marketing. Okay. Hi, Renee.
Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me share my screen right now.
Sure.
All right, can you guys see my screen right now?
Okay, good.
All right, so yeah, thank you, Ngar, for introducing me. This is again Rainy from Avada, the top-rated marketing automation platform for Shopify. And so the focus of my presentation today is on how you can highly profit from doing email and SMS. And especially you need to understand exactly how to work first. And then I will provide you some practical tips to help you to grow your sales in this season. So I hope that you guys can take something helpful from my talk. All right, so now let's get started. I will walk you through 4 main parts. The first one is the brief introduce about Avada. So if you don't know about Avada, and the next part is I will explain the reason why you should focus on the email and SMS channel. And the third part, I will focus on how you can optimize the email funnel to rocket your conversions. And at the last one, I will walk you through how you can combine email and SMS. So at the first place, I would like to briefly introduce some information of Avada for people who haven't known us. So Avada has over 7 years working with e-commerce merchants in Magento and Shopify. And we provide multiple apps and tools for online merchants in various categories. But our main product is marketing automation. So let's talk about some like main functions of Avada marketing automation platforms. You can first of all, you can follow up your prospect, your customer and subscriber via multiple channels. We call it in omni-channels in the way that focus on your customer personalized experience. And so we currently support email, SMS, WhatsApp, and push notifications. You can send automation messages based on your customer behaviors, or you can send mass email like the campaign. And we also help the new merchants to start growing your contact list by showing the sign up form, the pop-up on the website. And also you can segment your audience based on various conditions. And of course, the last main functions of marketing automation is always help you to track all the app performance, and you will know that what you're doing good and what needs to improve. So basically, reports will help you to make the data-driven decision. That's a little bit about Avada marketing automations, and I will quickly move to the second part. All right, so why should you invest into email and SMS channel? Actually, there's a lot of channels that people use to connect online. Social channels like Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. And also their own channels like email and SMS or text messages. So what is the difference between own channels and social channel or paid channels? With own channels, you will have the direct relationship with the audience. So this is why we call it an own channel, because you own the relationship with the audience. And with other networks, those platforms will own the relationship with the audience, not you. And they will make the decision on which brands and consumer will communicate and connect. So it isn't your choice and not your customer choice as well. We believe that the best way to build the long-lasting business is to own relationship with your audience by connecting them via the on channels. So I will show you some statistics that show the email and SMS potentials. So email and SMS, firstly, it presents an incredible opportunities to reach your customer. They're up to 91% of the customer will use email, and anyone has at least a phone number. And also, for $1 you spend on email, you can expect a gain of $42 on average. Also, text messages or SMS have an incredibly high engagement rate. 90% of the text messages get read within 3 minutes of delivery. And you can expect the SMS ROI on average is 500%. So those numbers can also work for your business if you do email and SMS marketing in the right way. And that's why I'm here today to share you the best tips and experience to help you success in the Choose channel. So now let's move to the next sections. Is about the email funnel. So what is the email funnel? You may heard about the sales funnels or marketing funnel before, but email funnel here, by my definitions, is simply the different stage that you expect your audience to go through from the moment that your email is delivered. So I divide the funnel into 4 stages. At the top is the email deliverability. So simply you can understand that it's the chance that your email lands to the customer inbox, promotion, or spam box. And we all want the inbox of primary box, right? And the next stage after email gets delivered is the open rate. And go after that is the click rate. And I put conversion at the bottom of the funnel. What we aimed actually for the today topic of the webinar. Obviously, not always that we send the email to make people buy immediately, but yeah, I will focus on the conversion purpose today. So now let's go through each of the stage, and we will see how to optimize each stage to maximize the conversion rate. So about the top of the funnel is the email deliverabilities, is the chance whether your email lands to the customer inbox, promo, or spam box. And I define that there's 4 main factors that will affect your email deliverability. So the first one to name is the sending IP. This factor is more like technical related, which is often handled by your email service providers, like Avada, for example. But I still want to mention it here because it will directly affect your delivery. So sending IP can be understood as the address to have the email clients like Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook to recognize where your emails come from. And based on their sending history, email client will score your sending IP. So for example, if you see a lot of the complaints of your email from your IPs, then the IP score will be lower, and it's likely in the future your email will land to customer spam box. And in this case, you should contact to the email service providers and ask for their support. So the next thing I want to mention here is the sending domain. It's quite similar to the sending IP. The email clients can also score your sending IP as your sending domain, based on their sending history. So how can you increase the domain reputations? For example, in Avada, we always educate the users to try to warm up the new domain first. If you have just started to send your email in our platform or any other platform. So by how you can warm up it, you can send to the most engaged audience, or you can send to smaller segment first, then you will increase the volume through time. And you can also simply use the Avada domain, for example, to send emails, which is already warm up and have the good reputation built. All right, so next one is next factors that affect the email deliverability. Here is the email sender. And we recommend you to use different senders for marketing and transaction email. So at least 2 senders. So it will not affect the reputation of each other. And also using business email that contain your domain is recommended. Rather than just using a public email sender like the one that ends with gmail.com or yahoo.com, kind of that. And the last factor that I want to focus here is the email content. So email content will mostly affect the possibility of your email, whether it goes to the inbox or the promos box. So there are some practice here that I recommend. First of all, is to avoid using the promotion words like free or sale off discounts, best price, etc. Because the email client bot can read and they can detect that your email is likely a promotion email and they can put you in the promotion box. So there is one small trick that we often advise our customers that you can use image, you can use banner to describe those promotion words instead of using text directly in your email. So you can pass the bot, right? And but also do not use only image in your email because it's also a sign of spam or promotional email. And the last point that I want to recommend here is personalize your content. So when you personalize your content, for example, you put the customer name, customer address, talk to them like person to person. It will help the email client realize that you are the personal message, not the promotional one. So that's the last factors that affect the email deliverability. And there is one notice from us is that please make sure that you always try to send test email before sending the real ones, because then test email will allow you to see how your email look like if it's read by your audience, and you can pre-check everything from the copy, CTA button, the links, and especially whether it's linked to inbox promo or spam or when you send tests, right? So you can optimize before you send the real email. And we also have a lot of tools for you to send the test email. For example, you can use a very popular one, gmas.co. I put the link in my slide. All right, so in the next level of the funnel, under the email deliverabilities is the email open rate. So email open rate can be influenced by 2 main things. You can see my screen, right? The first one is the subject line, and the second one is when you send your email. So the subject line of the emails is a single text that people see when they receive your email, and this line this often determine whether an email is open or not. That's why we need to optimize it for open rates. So there are some highlight tips here to make your subject line noticeable. First of all, is using urgency words like order now, time limited, today only. You can use a lot of urgency words like that. It will trigger the customer fear of missing out on the exciting deals and exclusive products. So Next one, you can also ask the questions to raise the curiosities so that you can try to turn your email among tons that inside your email into the questions. And next one, personalize your subject line. Is also another key here is personalization, right? Is again to make your audience notice that your email among tons of other messages in the mailbox. So you can put their name on the subject lines, and this is tips for sure will increase your email open rate. And yeah, if it's not yet noticeable enough, considering using the emoji in the subject line to catch the attention first. And because image normally is noticed better than the text, right? So the first one will affect your email open rate is the subject line, and the second one is when you send your email, the email timing. In order to find out what is the best time to send your email, first, always need to understand your audience. When they likely to check your mailbox. So there is actually no right or wrong timing for all the stores, but in general, we'll have some advice for you. So first is to avoid sending your emails during the early morning or late at night or during the rush hours. And the best time to send your email is during the work hours because people often check their mailbox at work. And the best day to send your emails by research is on Tuesday and Thursday. So middle of the week, right? And also the best time to send your email is in the morning is from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. or you can do at 11 a.m. But make sure that you avoid the lunch time or the rest time of your audience. And or you can send them in the afternoon from 3 to 4 p.m. So yeah, but there's one small tips here that try to send your email at the odd time, the odd hour, not the even time. For example, instead of sending your email at exactly 10 a.m., you can send your email at 10:08 a.m. So if your audience in a different time zones, so schedule your emails at the customer time zone will be the best idea. All right, so that's about the email open rate. Now let's keep moving on to the third stage of the email funnel. It's the click rate. And yeah, I can name some important factors that contribute to the click rate of your email. It's the copywriting, your CTA, and the responsiveness of your email. So there's your copywriting, appealing and make them curious to click. And your call to action buttons is irresistible enough. And also to make the customer click easily, of course, you need to make sure that your email is responsive to all the devices, right? And please don't forget mobile optimization. So next one. And about the last stage of the email funnel, I want to mention here is that when someone clicks your email and go to the websites, right? Or a target page or a sales page that you want them to be in. So the conversion now is mostly will depend on how your target page and your offer is appealing to them, that make them want to buy, right? So first, please make sure that please make sure that your offer is consistent from the email to your target page. Do not surprise your customer, right? Or makes them disappointed. And yeah, again, the keywords is mobile optimized for your target page and also the speed of your page. I would not talk into more detail in this stage because it's more out of the email space. So I will move quickly to the next part. Also, the last part of my presentation today is about the SMS. So besides sending email, you can combine it with SMS. SMS or text messaging is a little bit different from email. It is fast, intimate, and more casual. So it's great for coordinating the upcoming plans or getting up to the minute stated updates. And you should make it easy to create the right experience for text messaging. And so I bring some best practice that will help you to create the great SMS experience for your audience. So first of all, always keep your SMS content clear and straight. You know that SMS has the character limits, right? Normally about 160 characters per one SMS count. So we should focus on target in a SMS. I mean, you should focus one target in a SMS only to keep it simple. The next one is trying to use the sender name for your SMS, such as normally we use your brand name so that the recipients will know where the SMS come from, rather than you just showing like a phone number at the sender, and which make them likely think that you are like spammer. And the next point is having a clear CTA. Okay, so make sure that your call to action text in the SMS is noticeable and straightforward. For example, instead of saying a long sentence like, "Don't forget to drop by our store to grab your favorite items with good price." It's pretty long, right? You should go straight like this. Shop the sales at www. So you put your website link here. And also the next point, please make sure that your URL is shortened. It make your SMS more professional and clean. And one more thing to optimize your SMS experience, to personalize the text. Again, I mentioned a lot about personalization. It's the keyword when you're doing email and SMS marketing, for sure. So you can put the customer name in your SMS, will make them feel like they are talking to the real human, right? And this will encourage them to engage more with your text message. And the last tip that can make your SMS stand out is to putting image or a gift into it. So people love to see the photo because it's visual, and image worth thousands of words. So there are some practical tips to make you do your SMS marketing that highly converts. And it also comes to the end of my presentations today. So yeah, thank you so much for your attention, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. Now we'll leave the stage back to our host, Ms. Ngang. Thank you.
Okay, awesome, Rennie. That was a great presentation and lots of tips. I also love your definition about email funnels, which sound amazing, right? And okay, I also think email has always been kind of one of the most effective channels, and it's even more important, right, to keep a long-lasting relationship with your customer during this crazy quarter, like when you have to compete with your competitor who probably have better offers and more money on efforts. Okay, thank you, Rennie, again for lots of insights. And I actually think many audience here are really interested to get more insight from our speaker here. But guys, for all of your questions, stay tuned and you get to address them all at the end. Okay. All right, and the last but not least, I would love to introduce you guys to Ron Galera. He's gonna go through idea to increase word of mouth. Okay. Hi, Ron.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
Okay, I can hear you well.
Perfect. Okay, let me share my screen real quick. let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see well. Okay, great. Loading. Okay.
There we go. Cool. All right. Yeah. So first of all, thank you so much for being on the other side and listening to my presentation on word of mouth. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Raul. I'm the partner manager at ReferralCandy, and we are an app that allows e-commerce stores to set up and run customer referral programs. So as you can imagine, today we're going to be talking about referral marketing and word of mouth, but more specifically about things that you can do to increase word of mouth, which is something that, as we're going to see in a second, can happen organically in your store. And it's something that it's very important that you can keep in mind as you're about to acquire a lot of customers during the holiday season. So all of these things that I'm going to explain today, you don't need to have a referral marketing software to implement it. Obviously, it makes things a lot easier, but these are kind of ideas that you can implement regardless. So this is what we're going to cover today. So first of all, we're going to talk about why referral marketing. Why is this even something that you need to consider for your online store? The second thing that we're going to cover is 3 main ideas that you can implement on your store. The first one is how to think of referral marketing as part of a customer-centric strategy. The second one is how to give your customers a reason to refer. And the third one is to set rewards, referral rewards based on your customers' consumer behavior. So these are 3 ideas that we're going to kind of like explain in more details. And if we have some time at the end of the presentation, I'll show just very briefly how ReferralCandy works. So first of all, let's think about why referral marketing. Why is this even something you need to consider on your online store? And to answer that question, we need to first answer the question of why do we share? And I think we share because of 3 main reasons. The first one is because we love finding unique stuff. We love kind of being that person that finds whether it's a new Netflix show or a new restaurant or a new product and share it with people that we care about. The second one is because we love sharing that stuff that we've found, those kind of like new learnings that we have, sharing with people in our audience. We love being kind of experts in a particular field, so we kind of like positions ourselves as experts in one particular area. And the third one is because we love being useful to people we care about. I mean, think about the last time that you either recommend something to somebody or somebody recommended something to you. It's typically because they wanted to provide something useful to you. And the fourth reason, it's kind of more selfish, I guess. It's more about validating our own choices. Sometimes maybe we're not sure about maybe a purchase that we just made. So we talk to our friends and family about it, and then we kind of show it to them just to see what they think and think we've made the right decision, right, making those purchases. So these are all kind of 4 reasons of why we share organically. And it will help us kind of keep in mind what motivates customers to go out and refer as we plan our referral marketing strategy. On the other side, your customers are probably the best salespeople that you can possibly have on your online store. First of all, because they believe in your brand, and they believe in your brand so much that we're willing to pay money for it to acquire your products. The second reason why your customers are the best salespeople is because their audience trusts them. They are the connection they have with each other. It's based on trust and based on some sort of personal relationship. So when a friend is recommending a product to you, you know that they're not trying to sell it to you. They're just trying to provide a useful recommendation, and therefore they don't sound like salespeople, which is another plus for them. Okay, so now that we've kind of covered the basics of referral marketing, why is this even something that you need to consider on your online store? Let's dive into the 3 main ideas. The first one, it's considering referral marketing as part of a customer-centric strategy. So to explain that, let's kind of see where referral marketing fits into your sales funnel. So we're actually talking about post-purchase here. Even though referral marketing can be used as acquisition, the process starts with a new customer, with a purchase. After this purchase happens, if you have a great product, if you can provide your customers a good purchase experience, a good shopping experience, your customers are happy, which means that assuming that everything went well, even if something didn't go well, your customer support team was able to kind of solve the problem for them, or maybe proactively even reach out and solve that problem for them, overall, you're going to achieve customer satisfaction. So your customers are effectively going to be happy with your product, the whole purchase experience, and they're satisfied with it. They might even come back for another store. Come back to your store for another purchase, or they might refer you to their friends and family. So these two things at the end, recurring purchases and referrals, will only happen if the three first items are in place. So if you have a good product, a good experience, and you're able to achieve customer satisfaction, your customers are going to be naturally inclined to buy from you again, and also naturally inclined to make a referral. Now, these are things that you can add incentives to it. You can add incentives to get customers to buy from you again, and you can get incentives to get your customers to refer. And in a lot of cases, in and if you run a referral program, you can actually use a referral program to incentivize both, to incentivize recurring purchases and referrals. But once again, the first three items need to be in place, and you as a company need to have this kind of customer obsession philosophy as a company in order for it to work. So that's kind of the basics and kind of where referral marketing fits. Now, since we were talking about incentives, let's talk about how you can give your customers a reason to refer. And for that, I'm going to bring, probably, in my opinion, one of the best examples of referral marketing copy that I've ever seen. So this is one of our clients. It's called Baron Fig. They're based in the US, and you can actually go on their website and see, I think it's on the top navigation bar, they have a call to action that says get $10. And if you click there, you're going to see more information about their referral program. So the referral program, as you can see there, it says get $10, give $10, get $10. And it's just kind of very simple, right? And that actually matches what all of the most famous referral programs have in common, which is that they have a very concise and a very easy to remember kind of punchline, right? It's get $10, get $10. We'll probably all remember what were the offers that Dropbox was offering during their referral program. Uber, Airbnb, they all kind of offer kind of like the same deal. I think Airbnb, it's like give $15, get $15, right? But what makes this referral program in particular very smart is the copy that they wrote to explain why, as a company, they're running a referral program. So there's a lot of referral programs out there, but they wanted to make theirs a little bit more special and create a personal connection with the customer. And there's one particular paragraph that I think it's just pure copywriting gold. It says, a referral program helps us spread the word, and it gives you a reward as a thank you for supporting us. If each one of our customers refer just one person, it will make a major impact on our small studio. So just right there, they're explaining the philosophy behind a referral program. And they're also explaining that they are a small company. So their customers, anything that the customers can do to help them grow, it's going to be obviously highly appreciated. Then it says, instead of spending money on advertising, we'll rather give the money to you. Any help is tremendously appreciated, and we hope you continue to enjoy the products we make. So that first line of, instead of spending money on advertising, we'll rather give the money to you, that's exactly where the gold is, right? That's exactly where the connection with the customer is built. Say, look, why do we want to give money to Facebook or Google? Well, we can actually give it to you, our customer that loves our products, and kind of spread the word and help our company grow. So what I'm saying about this, and I think this is something that we're mentioning in one of the presentations earlier, is that the fact that more customers, I think it's actually Wilson who mentioned it in his presentation, that more and more customers are starting to rely on kind of like the personal story of the brand, or what's the company, where the company stands on, what's the company mission, company vision, right? And so being able to create this kind of compelling story and compelling reason for your customers to refer, it's going to go a long way. So as I mentioned earlier, having customer obsession means having like obsession of delivering a great service and a great product, but at the same time, so because as we saw earlier, customers, that's kind of like the baseline that customers are going to expect in order to be able to refer their friends. So you need to have that as a base, and then on top of that, if you can provide kind of like a more rich experience for your customers, they're really definitely going to appreciate it and be more encouraged to refer. And lastly, for the third idea, so now we've seen why customers share, or why humans basically share, right? Because it's part of human nature. Why do we share? We've seen how you can implement referral marketing as part of a customer-centric strategy. And then we've also seen the last example of how to give customers a reason to refer. Now that we have all of that in place, if we're thinking about launching a referral program, and again, you don't need to have a referral marketing software for this, but if you're thinking about running some sort of referral program or give some sort of referral incentives, one thing that I definitely recommend is to set these rewards based on customer behavior. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we're gonna tie it to what I mentioned earlier about the fact that you can, with a referral program, you can incentivize recurring purchases and also referrals. So we're gonna see how we can tie all of that together. So I brought a few examples. Actually, I don't know if the screen is a little small, but I'll just read it to you guys. So I brought a few examples of customers that are running referral programs, and they have different consumer behaviors, and they're adapting the rewards to obviously that behavior. So this is a company called Evolve Skateboards. They're based in California, if I'm not mistaken. And they sell electrical skateboards. So an electrical skateboard is a product that you're probably going to buy one, and then you're probably not going to buy your second one until it breaks or until it's it's outdated. So that can take several years until that happens. So Evolve Skateboards know that their customers are probably not going to come back for the main product anytime soon. So what they're offering in the referral program is that if you refer a friend, you get 20% off in parts and accessories, which makes sense because you might need to buy a new wheel, or maybe you want to maybe replace part of your boards. And your friends on the other side, they get a free front light and a vertical board rack. They're both valued at $95 when they buy their first board. So actually, in this case, the friend's getting a unique offer that they can't access it anywhere else. They're getting 2 products for free when they buy their first board. And the second thing about it is that the friend's getting an even bigger reward than the customer, because the customer is only getting a 20% off in parts and accessories, which is still pretty good. But there's no denying that the friend, it's getting a higher reward. And the reason why they're doing that, it's because they know that their customers are referring their products no matter what. Their products are so visual. It's something that you can just display and showcase to your friends, that customers are just going to be incentivized to talk about it. So the person who needs to be incentivized to buy here is the friend. So that's why they provide the bigger offer to the friend, so they can be incentivized to make that first purchase, get the skateboard, love the skateboard, and then join the referral program, and the process will start all over again. So no doubt that the referral program has actually worked really well over the past few years, because they've been able to kind of see exactly what incentivizes their customers to refer, and being able to add rewards that to make it a no-brainer, basically. A very similar product, it's called Cycle Board. So Cycle Board, they offer kind of like these electrical scooters. So once again, once you buy your first one, you're probably not going to buy your second one until you need to, which might be several years down the line. So the way they're running the referral program is that you as a customer can get $100 in cash for every friend that you refer, and your friend gets $100 off. So it's it's kind of like the example that I showed you earlier of give 10, get 10. This is give 100, get 100. Obviously, nobody's going to say no to $100 in cash. You can treat yourself to a really nice dinner with that. So that's how they've been able to kind of match their consumer behavior with the rewards. They're not going to give their customers a discount that they're not going to use anytime soon. That might even create some frustration within their customer base, because they're getting a discount that they're not going to use in the next few months. But instead, you give them $100 in cash, they can spend it on whatever they want, and also the friend gets $100 off, which is a unique offer that they're offering. And then lastly, I wanted to bring you guys kind of like the opposite example. So we've seen products that can only be bought really one time every a few years. Now we have the opposite example, which is a product that you can get on a recurring basis. So Third Beast, it's another company that's been running a referral program with us for a really long time. And they have a referral program. The way they advertise it on their site is that they have a call to action that says free threads. So just for those of you who don't know about Thread Beast, so they are a subscription box that when you subscribe, you kind of give them an idea of what your ideal kind of outfit looks like. and then they pick products based on that and then send it to you every single month. So every single month you get a box with, like you can see there, right? Maybe a shirt, a t-shirt, a hat, a belt, all that kind of stuff that kind of matches your style. And their referral program, which again, it's been around for a really long time. And I know that the copy here is really small, so I'll just read it to you guys. The way it works is that if you're a customer and you refer a friend, your friend gets the friend gets $50 in bonus items. So they're not giving a discount to the friend, but they're giving them additional stuff. So $50 worth of more stuff in their box. And instead, the existing customer, they get an additional box for every friend that you refer, which means that if in a given month you refer 3 friends, you're going to get your box and 3 additional boxes. What happens if you refer 10 friends? You're going to get 10 additional boxes. So that's 10 additional boxes of clothing that you're going to get in one particular month. Obviously, this was an incentive that, again, they're not providing discounts per se, they're providing free products, and they know their customers love their products so much that they will be willing to refer. And something kind of like they've started this movement of customers that are going on YouTube and doing unboxing videos. And these unboxing videos pop up literally every single week. I haven't checked today, but I guarantee that if you go on YouTube and search for ThreadPiece, you're going to see unboxing videos posted in the last few days. So obviously, and all these people are doing unboxing, they're creating free content for ThreadPiece, they're putting the word out there, and then obviously they're adding the referral link in the description so people can get those $50 in extra products that the referral program offers. All right, so let's just go with a quick summary since we're about to finish. So first of all, let's think about why do we share? Like, put yourself in your customer's shoes and think about why are they incentivized to share in general. Think about them as the best salespeople that you can possibly have for the reasons that we explained earlier. Think about the customer retention and referral cycles. So think about, in order to be able to get to recurring purchases and referrals, you need to have certain things in place, such as a good product, good purchase experience, customer satisfaction. If those things are not there yet, it means that you're not ready for a referral program. But once you have those things in place and you can start seeing that customers are organically referring you, that's a good sign. I was actually talking to a merchant earlier this week because he was thinking about running a referral program. And one of the reasons that made him think about it was the fact that customers were contacting customer support to let them know that they were referring their friends. So once you start getting those early signs, or maybe if you see in a product review that a customer is referring their friends, that's an early sign that you might need a referral program. And the fourth kind of idea that we've discussed today is that you need to obviously know your customers and adjust these rewards to their behavior so they can obviously take advantage of it. And lastly, before we go, I'm just going to run very quickly on how ReferralCandy works. So the way that we automate this whole process is that we give each customer a unique referral link that they can share with their friends. Once the friend buys with this special offer, we are able to track the whole referral activity, and we are able to send the rewards to the customer that made the recommendation in the first place. And for you as a merchant, all you need to do to start running with your referral program is to choose your rewards, which, as we could see earlier, could be a discount or cash or maybe a free product. Step number 2 is to set up your theme. So even if you don't have a designer or a developer in-house, you can just upload a logo and a banner, and we take care of the rest. And the third step is to promote. So literally, you can have your referral program up and running in a matter of 10 to 15 minutes. And all you have to do after that is just make sure that your customers are notified about the program after purchase, or maybe having some sort of call to action on your website, or a combination of both. That really goes a long way. We brought a little offer to you guys, for those of you who want to try out ReferralCandy for the holiday season. So yeah, you can just email me. My email address is there, and we can get you set up with this additional offer. And once again, thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. And yeah, looking forward to the Q&A session.
All right, that was an incredible role. Thank you. And I bet you guys have learned a lot from Ron's ideas along with the way you need to invest in referral marketing effectively. Okay, so our speaker here have been completed their sharing today. So let's move on to the final part of the day, which is question and answer. And I'm pretty sure it's one of the parts all of you guys are really looking forward to interact with our guests here. Okay, and I'm seeing there are a lot of questions in the box right now, and we're gonna pick some of the most voted questions. Okay, so that the relevant speaker can respond to your inquiry. Okay. All right, now let's begin with the first question. The first question from Cora Kim. She asking that I'm spending a lot for advertising, from attracting new visitor to retargeting many clicks, but no sale. Okay, but product page with personalization, beautiful image, customer reviews, just batches with detailed shipping, etc. What I doing wrong? Should I queue on ads first? Okay, so okay, for this one, I think how can you have me address it?
Hello. Yes, sure. Okay, so thanks for the question, Cora. I can see here that well, you are telling me that you have your store well optimized. You have some nice image, and you even have some customer reviews. So I will put aside the part that you should have your store well optimized before making Google Ads. And in this case, if this part is correct, I will advise you to double check the keywords you are bidding for, because if the pricing of your product is right and your page is right, then the traffic you are bringing to your store is the wrong thing here. So I would definitely recommend you to make a keyword research and make sure that you are targeting the right people and you are bringing the right traffic to your store, because otherwise it makes no sense. If your store is okay, you should be getting conversions.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. Okay, and the second question. Okay, hi Renee, I think our audience here have a question for you. Hi, could need some expert advice to increase my email inbox delivery when sending email marketing campaigns. I don't see the basic knowledge, but looking for more advanced ideas and strategy. It could be grateful for any help you can provide. Okay, this is the question from Hidel. Hi, Renee, can you?
Yeah, thank you. Thank Hidel, right, for your questions.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to know the tips to like optimize your email inbox delivery, right? Okay, with the email marketing campaigns. So if you notice my presentation earlier, I put an email funnel there, and the first stage, the top of the funnel, is the email deliverabilities. That exactly related to your questions is whether like you can send your email to the customer inbox. So you want to know more. I'm not sure what is the advanced ideas and strategy for you, but from my experience, you need to know exactly which factors will affect your email deliverability, whether it lands to the inbox, promo, or spam box. So as I mentioned before, there are 4 main factors that directly affect your email delivery. Is the sending IP, which will mostly be handled by the email service provider, like Avada, for example. So you should choose like of course a good email service provider, so that to make sure that they have experience in handling the email sending IP. And next one is your sending domain. So it depends on your store domain. If you add your store domain to like send out your email, and it depends on the sending history of your domain. For example, if earlier you like send a lot of email campaigns and it has not good results. For example, you have a lot of email go to spam box or promotion box. So it's pretty hard when you move, even when you move to another like email service platform like Avada, because your sending domain is already like scored by a lot of email clients like Gmail or Yahoo or Outlook. So the point here is to protect your email sending, your email sender from the beginning. And if you have a sending domain not good, you can like add a new domain and try to warm up it by sending to the most engaged audience and sending the smaller like segments first, and increase the volume through time. And next one is the next factor is also the email sender and email contents that I already like focus on my email funnel. So I think that this is the advanced ideas that if you like you just send your email, you do not notice and understand exactly how it works. I mean the funnel. So I think that you will like learn a lot from the email funnel. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, and also there are another question from Zheng Fu. Okay, we have single day 11/11 that has a big sales, the same as Black Friday. Should I have sell campaign for poll? Which one should I have more discount? Okay, for this one, I think I listen. We would love to get more from your thought on it.
Yeah, no, thanks a lot for asking a question. This is actually a really good question. And I think if there's anything that you should take away from my sharing before, it's really to understand what kind of customers you're targeting. Because, you know, through a lot of data, you can look at, you know, the people who are visiting your store, like which country are they from? Because 11/11 is typically a bigger holiday in Asia. So if you are seeing more of your customers coming from Asia, maybe it's a good time to, you know, put more focus on that and, you know, make Black Friday, Cyber Monday sort of a supporting holiday around it. So I think it's really all about understanding where the demographics of your audience are and build the hype around it. So if you're in North America, then maybe 11/11 is just a way for you to introduce to your audience in North America saying, hey, this is actually a really big holiday in Asia, but we want to share this love, or want to share this excitement with you. But if more of your audience is coming from Asia, then I think then you can plan a bigger deal around it. So it's really about understanding demographics and culture to see what makes more sense for you. So there isn't really a right or wrong answer, because each business has a very unique and different need for that.
Okay, what an impressive answer. All right. Okay, I actually think many audience here are really interested to understand more about keyword. Okay, so the question from Yung Young: how do I find the perfect keywords for my store? Okay, for this one, of course, I would like to invite Hao to help me.
Yeah. Well, as I said before, you should be doing some keyword research before launching the campaigns. And there are several tools that you can use to find the best keywords. The most used one is the Google Keyword Planner tool. It's for free. You go to your Google Ads account. On the search bar, you type Keyword Planner, and you will find the tool here. You can also use this tool to write your store URL, and they will scan the store, and they will suggest you some keywords, and you can see if the keywords are useful for your store or not. So I will mainly recommend you to use the Google Keyword Planner tool.
Okay, thank you. All right. I want to switch over to the next question from Deg. Okay, word of mouth is great, but now we can scale up the campaign for such a point that can make an impact to your overall marketing campaign. Okay, I think, Hiro, can you help me address the question?
Yeah, of course. So what I just mentioned in the response there, I would say automation is the best way to scale things up. Just as always. So if you can automate the way that customers are invited to join the referral program, if you can automate the way that they get their referral links, and also make it easy for them to refer their friends, whether it's with coupon codes or referral links, automating rewards, basically getting all that stuff kind of out of your daily tasks, and you can just have it running on autopilot. That's probably the best way to scale up. As I mentioned there, if you have the right set of rewards, if you have the right set of kind of post-purchase notifications that customers are going to receive to join the referral program, if you have a way to remind customers about it, if you have a way of promoting it on social media or on your site, and just kind of like make it easy for customers to not only join the program, but also think about it in the long run, and just going to stay top of mind, that's when you're going to be able to turn it into a kind of like a recurring revenue sales channel. And we've seen customers being able to get over 10% in new revenue from new customers that have been referred to the store for the first time on a monthly basis. So obviously it takes time, but you can definitely get there if you have the right promotion and automations in place, which obviously a referral marketing software can do for you.
Okay, amazing. Okay, again, Ro, I think I would like to reach out the question here from John. There is any difference between turn customer into influencer with an agency service? Okay, Ro.
Yeah, so I mean, we've seen it work in B2C and also B2B as well. Kind of like the idea that I threw John there. So I'm assuming that John is running an agency. I'm assuming that they have customers on retainer. One way to look at the referral rewards that it can offer is to maybe offer a discount on the next retainer anytime they refer a new client to the agency. So that's a way to look at it. But in reality, there's really not that big of a difference between kind of referral marketing for B2C or B2B. So pretty much everything that I share on the presentation works. If you're providing a good service, if your customers are happy, they're definitely going to talk to people in their network about it. Right now, there's a lot of whether Slack channels or Facebook groups for merchants where they kind of share experiences with service providers, whether it's apps or agencies. So that having that kind of like incentive in place, it might motivate them even more to go out and refer you other clients to your agency.
Okay, perfect. All right, we have a lot of new questions here, but I think I'm gonna wrap up with the last question. All right, the last question from Jericho. The removing Google Merchant Sales channel affect my SEO. I'm selling virtual items, by the way, and it's hard to get products approved due to some category not available for virtual item like shipping detail. Okay, I hope, Wilson, could you share with us your thoughts on it? Hello, Wilson?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to locate the question again, sorry, because my computer froze a little bit, sorry.
Okay, no problem. This question from Jericho. Jean. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Let's see.
Okay, can I read it again?
Yeah, so I see it now. So with updating theme version affect your site's SEO, it's actually like there are a lot of different factors that come into play. Typically there, like within Shopify, there is there's a light speed web store scoring where you can see how your web store is performing. So typically I would actually encourage you to switch between different themes just to see how it's performing against that. So there really isn't a right or wrong answer, but typically if you are using this is just a general tip for everyone who's using Shopify. So if you're using a free theme, that usually means that the theme is developed by Shopify, which means that each merchant who is using that can get 60 minutes of design time from Shopify support. So all you need to do is go to support and reach out to our customer support agents and let them know what are some of the specific things that you want to have changes on, or if you have any specific questions on some of the more technical things. You typically get 60 minutes of design time. Not a lot of people know about this, but I'm just sharing this tip with you. But if the theme that you're using is a paid theme, then typically we wouldn't be able to help much on it because that's more of a theme code that's from a third-party developer. So you would have to reach out to the theme developer to inquire more of those questions. So I guess when it comes to once you identify that the theme is affecting the speed, or a particular thing is affecting the speed of your store, it might be worth reaching out to your theme developer to understand what the root of the problem is. But as I mentioned before, there are a lot of different factors that come to play, apps being one of them. But there are tools in Shopify that will help you understand a lot of these scores better.
All right, that's great. Okay, guys, I think we are running out of time. We cannot answer all of them during this live stream, but don't worry. We will answer all of them later, right? The post-event follow-up. All right, and that's also the end of our webinar today. I'm hoping that we have been able to provide you with useful knowledge, great insights, and of course, lots of actionable strategy to prepare a successful Black Friday, Cyber Monday campaign for your business. Okay, and I would like to say the warmest thank you to all of our speakers here, Wilson, Hausu, Rennie Palm, and Ro Galera. Thank you for taking your valuable time joining with us. And lastly, the biggest thank you to all of our lovely audience here for showing up today. I'm very glad that all you guys stay tuned to the last of our event. Thank you a lot for joining us. And all you guys, do not hesitate to share your feedback about our webinar and what kind of the next topic you would like to hear from us, right? The post-event follow-up. Okay, we always love to hear in order to continue improving the quality of our upcoming events. Okay, thank you again for joining us. Goodbye, have a nice day, and see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, have a nice day. Rennie, goodbye.